It's your boy Aaron. And then your boy OG. Yours truly. You're talking to the Rolex wearing, diamond ring wearing, kiss stealing, woo, wheeling dealing, limousine riding, jet flying son of a gun, woo. And I'm having a hard time holding these alligators down. All right, guys. And then there's the Cody Rhodes versus the Kevin Owens ladder match. I'm gonna start out by saying that I don't know what I didn't expect this match to go the way it did. I didn't. I didn't expect this level of violence. This level, like, bro, like I don't usually. I know it. Wrestling is Let me find the right words here.
Predetermined.
Predetermined.
There we go.
But the putazos are not, you know. But even those are controlled to a certain degree. I felt like these were like insane, like bro, like I don't want to say I got scared, but I was nervous that one of those guys was gonna get hurt for real. When I think when Cody Rhodes when Cody Rhodes got suplexed off the top rope by Kevin Owens onto the small ladder and he just bounced off, I was like, oh my god. And then and I'll let you guys discuss this part later. But Aaron, how do you want to start with this match?
Like you said, you weren't expecting this amount of violence, and I was. That's why I was excited because I know the work that Kevin Owens does in these type of matches. He's had a few in the scene before he came up to WWE, and those matches were brutal. So, and Cody too, he has a history of some pretty violent matches. So I knew this was the direction that they were going to go with. So that's why I was excited.
So you knew this was gonna happen.
Oh yeah, the level of violence, yeah.
What do you think, Omar?
I think like one of the things that just stood out from the jump is like how much they're willing to just put their bodies on the line for just like any moment of the match. You know, like a lot of those matches, they're usually predetermined by one or two big spots, and that like they get replayed over and over again. But literally from the jump, they did some crazy ass spots. Like I remember one that I had never seen before, where KO slammed Cody on like the little metal tiny bar of the ladder when it was like sideways. I was like, Jesus, that has to hurt hella, bro. Like, there's absolutely no way none of this like hurts. And like my girl.
So I do want to talk about this match, and I want to tell you guys what I thought. I've been watching wrestling since you guys started this now. One of my favorite matches was the tables, ladders, and chairs with the Hardy Boys and Edge and Christian, because I had never seen a match like that, like with that level of brutality. Kevin Owens, I like Omar said, I judged him. I was like, look at this fool. There's no way he's gonna be able to put on a good show. He's gonna be like this big oaf that doesn't really do anything, and then Cody Rhodes is probably gonna carry, and that's just what it's gonna be, right? I didn't expect that level of brutality, and I didn't expect the kind of cheering that I heard from the crowd. Like people are fucking cheering this guy getting tossed into a chair, bro. Like, yeah. It's I just thought like into a ladder. I just thought, wow, what are we doing? What the heck is this, man? But like, dude, like honestly, like I don't want to say I don't want to say I was scared, but I was nervous. I was nervous that these guys were gonna really hurt themselves. When Cody got suplexed onto that little ladder and he just bounced right back up and just collapsed to the ground, I just thought, oh man, like this is gonna be crazy. And then when he I think it was KO when he set the ladder up, and I don't know what the hell he was gonna do. I didn't want either one of those guys to get thrown through that ladder. But then one of the wrestlers came out. Who was it? Like
Sami Zayn.
Sami Zayn came out. And I wonder if he came out just for the show or just because he was feeling what I was feeling. And like a couple of other officials came out too. And like I was just like, dude, like obviously it's predetermined and obviously they agreed to this beforehand, and maybe. But maybe they could see what was coming. But man, the way this guy got tossed onto that ladder, and he just stayed there, bro, motionless for minutes, and everybody was like, yeah. I just thought like, what the hell is this shit? Like, I don't know, bro. I was in shock. I hadn't seen a wrestling match. No, okay. Are wrestling matches like this common, or is it a Kevin Owens thing?
That's all you, Aaron. I haven't
Well,
seen a wrestling match like this since I've been
um,
back.
they're pretty common, but they don't do it often. That's why it feels special. That's why you're feeling how you're feeling. Like you don't see it every day. They save it for like special occasions where it means something. So when you see all this crazy shit where you're going through ladders and bleeding all over the place, like it makes you feel like you feel nervous, you feel scared.
And I will say that I'll correct my previous statement that like I have seen one match like this, and it was the Hell in a Cell with CM Punk and Drew McIntyre. And the reason why I'm correcting this because I agree with Aaron exactly is that they save it for when it matters and for a feud that actually needs one. Because if you do one with I'm gonna use Carlito as an example again. Shout out my boy. If you do one with Carlito and like fucking I don't know like Chad Gable, we're like yeah, you know, like we don't care. Like no one's gonna care about that. But you have guys like KO and Cody Rhodes, and they're gonna throw hands, and they have a long-standing feud. There's history, you know, behind it. You have Sami Zayn that's gonna come out and do all of this stuff. Like like there's a lot of story there, you know, so it's like the right place to do a crazy brutal match like this. It's not just brutality for the sake of brutality, it is art,
Exactly.
you know, like it is. There's storylines here, there's cinema, you know, like the meme. Have y'all seen it? Absolute cinema. That's what this match was. And I
Well,
actually like
go
even
ahead.
like him being stuck in the ladder is like production value. Like if I'm KO and I'm a wrestler, it's like okay, I could either move or I could just stay here and it's gonna get a reaction from people. Might as well just stay here, you know, and just like and like
Or
enjoy.
maybe he couldn't freaking move. How about
Yeah,
that?
yeah.
Maybe he got tossed like hella hard. Like Cody Rhodes' face before he did it. I know it's a show. I know it's a show. I know. But dude, his face was like, and it's just crazy, bro. I just thought like, oh my god, he's gonna fucking get it right now.
But that was like
But
cartoon-esque, you know, when like a fucking character gets fucked up so bad that their head isn't in the fucking ground and they're just like you
yeah.
just see their ass out. Like that was literally what it was. I thought that was brilliant.
But Aaron, you mentioned something special. Is this a special occasion? Is this wrestling match supposed to was it supposed to raise to that level? Or do you have this kind of because you said a good word, a special match. You said it was special. Are these types of matches usually saved for a better, like say WrestleMania maybe,
I
or
would
do
say
they sometimes pop at a
for
Royal Rumble?
yeah, like for big pay-per-views or PLEs, they save them. Or like for this, use this match as an example. This is like a blow off. Like this is, I believe, the end of this story. I feel like Kevin Owens is gonna move on to something else, and Cody's gonna move on with maybe Jey Uso. So this is the end of this chapter. So to end it, you gotta end it right. You gotta end it with a bang. Like, and this was like a ladder match was a good way to end this story.
I didn't like Kevin Owens. I didn't care for him. I would get annoyed when he would come out, but now it's like, whew, there's like Kevin Owens and Nia Jackson. They're like right there.
They both gained the
Now,
respect. I like it. You
I did.
know,
I,
change.
I did want to mention something. Omar was like, remember last time he was like, no disrespect to Carlito, proceeds to disrespect him.
He did again.
He
I
did it
I
again,
like
bro.
my boy,
What did
bro.
Carlito do to
I
you?
love him. Hey, he's one of my favorite wrestlers. But you just gotta know where they are in the fucking grand scheme of things. You know, like it's. I know he's not a main event superstar. I would be delusional if I'm pushing. I'm only delusional for guys like Dominic Mysterio. Like I'm not gonna be delusional for like
That's a
Carlito.
good. That's a good word. That's a
Yeah.
good word. Delusional.
Hey,
Original.
hey,
At least you admit it.
Money in the Bank coming soon. He's gonna win it. That's my fantasy booking. He's gonna be our next Money in the Bank champion. Shout out Dirty Dom. But I will say one other thing about this match that I'd like to go on to the point that like what Waddle was asking. They usually save these type of matches for the like big four pay-per-views that they call them.
What are the big four pay-per-views for the
So
uninformed, and the
it,
uninitiated?
Royal Rumble, Survivor
Oh, okay.
Series, WrestleMania, and SummerSlam.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. So like the ones I used to watch or
Mm-hmm.
not watch. So those are like the big main event ones. Okay. So it makes sense. Okay. So I don't know why I considered Royal Rumble to not be within that. But go ahead, Omar. What were you saying?
And that's officially that's exactly like to go onto that. This is like the official start of the road to WrestleMania. So like that's like a big deal. It's kind of like the playoff season for like WWE. And this is kind of like the first playoff for it. You know, the first big game that's gonna set up WrestleMania directly. You know, whatever storylines that are going on here, whether or not they're ending or whether or not they're starting, are gonna be what takes us, you know, to that.
Aaron, were you worried that somebody was going to get hurt here, like for real?
Me as a wrestling fan who loves crazy shit, I wasn't worried. I was like, put him through another table, put him through a ladder, set it on fire, and throw him off the building. Like that's just me.
I like the building aspect. Yeah, you know,
Yeah.
just yeet them off.
Off the building onto 50 ladders.
Yeah, and some attitude era stuff. I remember one of the, like, yeah, when they used to like jump off of the side, it was crazy. Um,
So, in watching Kevin Owens and watching this match, I felt like I was watching Mankind a little bit because Mankind used to put his body through all kinds of shit. I haven't seen a wrestler since that. I haven't been watching since, admittedly, but the willingness to do that is just insane.
I think if you tell
It's just,
Kevin Owens that you look at him like Mick Foley or Mankind, he would probably be so fucking happy. Like I think that's like a huge compliment. And
And
I,
I
Kevin Owens, you
yeah.
reminded me of Mankind when you got your ass thrown to that fucking ladder.
and I believe the
Yeah.
announcers mentioned that too. Like they remind him of Mankind because of the amount of brutality that he can take. Just and not anybody can do that.
But that's what I like about him because I felt like he can throw putazos, but he can get them too, you know. And I feel like he's willing to receive them harder than he gives them. And so I don't know, man. I Kevin Owens, I appreciate a good heel, you know. So I think Kevin Owens is one of my he gained my respect. I don't want to say he's one of my favorite wrestlers, but I'm starting to like him. I think the next time Kevin Owens comes on TV, I will tune in.
And
Like I would.
another little shout out to his heel work, the little ladder. I don't know why I thought that was so fucking
That's
cool.
awesome.
Yeah, and then there was a spot where he got on it, and then he was like, "Ah!" And everyone was like cheering, and then he's like, "Ah!" He just got off. And he's like, "Fuck y'all!" And then he just smacked him with the little mini ladder. Like little things like that were great.
And then he used it against Cody, you know? It's just crazy. Are you guys okay? Anything else you guys want to add about this match? All right.